Trees and bushes in a forest area are first cut and burnt. The crop is sown in the ashes. When this land loses its fertility, another plot of land is cleared and planted in the same way.
Clear logic. Your choice shifting cultivation is sound and 100% true.
Many societies did not follow the social rules and rituals prescribed by the Brahmanas. They were not divided into numerous unequal classes. Also, these groups were called dash.
Valid point. Tribes is true. Kokar chief Kamal. Khan Gakar was made Noble Bay Emperor.
Correct response. Akbar is the most accurate answer.
Gond kingdom was divided into Gars. Each Gar was controlled by a particular Gond clan and divided into units of 84 villages, called dash.
Smart pick. Charasi is the correct choice.
Among the Kshatriyas, new dash clans became powerful by the 11th and 12th centuries, who set an example for the tribal people to follow.
Good job. Your answer, Rajput, works well here.
Many tribes obtain their livelihood from.
Correct. Both Alambi is the right answer.
This group consists of craftspersons, peddlers, and entertainers who travel from place to place practicing their different occupations.
Sharp thinking. Itinerant group is the right choice.
This ear ornament belongs to which tribe?
You're right. Naga cowboy is the correct answer.
Erecting gateways for temples with images in them. Preparing wooden equipment used to perform sacrifices were the occupation of dash.
Right again. Rathkaras is a valid answer.
Many dominant tribes of Punjab, Sindh and the northwest frontier had adopted dash quite early and continued to reject the caste.
Well reasoned. Islam is the correct choice.
Many societies in the subcontinent did not follow the social rules and rituals prescribed by the Brahmanas. They are called.
On track. Tribes is the correct answer.
The Ahms belonged to a warrior class who migrated to the Brahmaputra Valley from present-day Dash in the 13th century.
Nice work. You chose DT Myanmar, and it is correct.
State whether true or false. We know the name of the architect of the Rajarajeshvara temple from an inscription.
Solid response. True is a valid choice.
Nomadic dash are the people who practiced rearing livestock by moving with the animals in search of pasture.
Exactly. Pastoralists make sense, and it is right choice.
From the following list of choices, which one would be most appropriate meaning of the term Adama? Ivasis?
Great thinking. Tribals is the right choice.
Those who specifically made and sold ropes, reeds, straw matting, and coarse sack are called dash.
Excellent. Petty peddlers is a brilliant choice.
The Akbarnama, a history of Akbar's reign, mentions the Gond kingdom of that had 70,000 villages.
Well, pick it. Chopping is the correct answer.
What is the word for a group of families or households claiming descent from a common ancestor?
Excellent choice. Clan is the right answer.
Societies which does not follow the social rule and rituals prescribed by Brahmins were called.
Good thinking. Tribes is the right answer.
Pastoral nomads exchanged milk, ghee, wool, etc. with dash for grains, cloth, utensils, etc.
Right choice. Farmers is the best answer. The smaller castes or subcastes.
that branched within the Varna system were also known as.
Well done. Caste is the right choice.
Which tribe used advanced ammunitions like the firearms and cannons in 16th and 17th century? Nice selection. Ahoms is the correct and valid answer. Tribal population is recognized to be the most deprived and dash section of the population. You chose disadvantaged, and it is correct. Some dash lived in forests, hills, deserts, and other places which were difficult to reach. Strong choice. Tribes is the right answer.
Many societies did not follow the social rules prescribed by the Brahmins. Who were they?
Perfect. Tribes is the correct choice. In Punjab, the dash was very influential during the 13th and 14th centuries. Nicely done. Kokor tribe is a solid answer.
In large parts of the subcontinents, society was already divided according the rules of.
Bravo. Varna is the answer. Under the reign of which ruler did Hinduism became a predominant religion in a home state? Smart move. Singh is an accurate answer. Genghis Khan had united the Mongol and Turkish tribes into a powerful military force. Great job. True is the accurate answer. The Ahoms formed the new kingdom by suppressing the older political system of dash. You got it. Your choice, Buyans, is right. Many dominant tribes of Punjab, Sindh, and the northwest frontier had adopted dash. Nicely done. Islam is a solid answer. Akbar Nama mentions the Gond kingdom of Gaha Katanga that had 70,000 villages. Nice work. You chose true, and it is correct. Dominant tribes of Punjab, Sindh and northwest frontier adopted which religion? Right choice. Islam is the best answer. Who was Akbar's famous general, and whom did he attack and defeated in 1591? Well reasoned. King Man Singh, Cheros is the correct choice. The large Gond tribe was further divided into smaller clan which had its own. Valid point. Rodarai is true. Raja Man Singh, Akbar's famous general, attacked and defeated the Dash in 1591. Excellent choice. Keros is the right answer. Tribes are people who do not follow norms laid down by Dash in the society. Sharp thinking. Brahmanas is the right choice. A division of Gond kingdoms controlled by a particular clan was termed as. Right again. Planet is a valid answer. There were often dash between tribes and powerful caste-based societies. Correct response. Clashes is the most accurate answer. Dash is one of the most influential tribes of the 13th and 14th century. Bravo, Kukaras is the answer. In 1565, the Mughal forces attacked Garha Katanga under the leadership of. You chose Asaf Khan, and it is correct. Langhas and Argans tribes dominated extensive regions which are dash. Good thinking. Multan and Sindh is the right answer. Merchants preferred to travel individually rather than in caravans. Job. Your answer false works well here. The bronze crocodile statue that had been found
belonged to which tribe?
Great job. Kun tribe is the accurate answer.
Dash were the subcastes that were emerging in between the Varna system.
Clear logic. Your choice case is sound and 100% true.
The tribes passed on their culture to the next generation through Dash.
On track. Oral tradition is the correct answer.
Which of the following was not a characteristic of the tribal economy?
Excellent. Commercial agriculture is a brilliant choice.
The Ahams could not create high-quality gunpowder or cannons by 1552.
Well done. True is the right choice.
The Silla Dash migrated to the Brahmaputra Valley from present-day Myanmar.
Exactly. Ahoms make sense and it is right choice.
Nomads and itinerant groups often visit the same places every year.
Well picked. True is the correct answer.
A Bahot, an administrative unit, was made up of Dash villages each.
Correct. 12 is the right answer. How did tribal societies change after being organized into a state? You got it? Your choice, they became more centralized, is right. The Bora community had trade relations with the ports of Red Sea. Smart move. True is an accurate answer.
Akbarnama wrote about the Gond kingdom, which had 70,000 villages. Smart pick. Fabricated is the correct choice.
Which tribe was influential in Punjab in 13th and 14th centuries?
Nice selection. Kokar is the correct and valid answer.
Pastoral tribes reared and sold animals? Dash fear to prosperous people?
Solid response. Horses and cattle is a valid choice.
During the time of Ahams, historical workers were called as Dash. Great thinking. Barangas is the right choice. The cultivation of spices is mostly done in temperate regions. Perfect. False is the correct choice.
The Mundas and Santals were the important tribes that lived in.
Strong choice. Both and B is the right answer. Tribals believed in the caste system propagated by the Aryans. You're right. False is the correct answer.
Nomadic pastoralists moved over long distances with their dash. You got it? Your choice herd of animals is right.
Surat was an important trading port on the Bay of Bengal.
Bravo, false is the answer. What was the administrative system of the Gond kingdoms like?
Nice work. You chose centralized and it is correct.
In which state of India resides the maximum number of tribes?
Valid point. Madhya Pradesh is true.
Gonds practiced a form of cultivation called dash cultivation.
Clear logic. Your choice shifting is sound and 100% true.
Name the activities which flourished in towns and villages.
Exactly. Art and craft makes sense, and it is right choice.
Kamal Khan Gahkar was the Mansabdar in the reign of Dash.
Correct. 4. Greater is the right answer.
The 84 villages, or Chaurasi, were further divided into what?
You're right. B. Barotus is the correct answer.
Gons suppressed the older political system of the Buyans.
Good job. Your answer false works well here. What were the historical works written by the Ahoms called? Solid response. BUTech is a valid choice. Which tribe dominated the Punjab region in the Middle Ages?
Nice selection. Gage is the correct and valid answer. Who was the English trader who described about the Banjaras?
Great thinking. Peter Mundy is the right choice.
The Banjaras were made to carry food grains for the army of. Excellent choice. Mughal army is the right answer. Which tribal group established a powerful kingdom in Assam? Strong choice. Ahoms is the right answer. Name an English trader who came to India to describe tribe. Great job. Peter is the accurate answer.
The dash mentions that Garhakatanga has 70,000 villages.
Excellent. Akbar name is a brilliant choice. True or false that the caravan of the Banjaras are called Tanda? Good thinking. True is the right answer. Gar was divided into units of 74 villages called Chaurasi. On track. False is the correct answer. Temples and brahmanas were granted land by the Ahom king. Well done. True is the right choice. In which state Garo Khasi and Jaintia tribes are located? You chose Meghalaya, and it is correct.
The Maharashtra highlands in Karnataka were home to dash. Well picked. Moved is the correct answer. Each Gar in the kingdom of Gons are divided into dash.
Correct response. Chaurasi is the most accurate answer. Which tribes introduced
New methods of rice cultivation. Perfect. Ahoms is the correct choice. The Vedic age started with the arrival of dash to India.
Right choice. Aryans is the best answer. The Gons rose to power when the power of dash declined. Right again. Mughals is a valid answer.
Rani Durgawati was the daughter of Chandela Rajput ruler. Smart pick. Sluggle is the correct choice.
Dash moved from one place to another throughout the year. Sharp thinking. Nomads is the right choice. Members of each tribal groups were united by dash bonds.
Well reasoned. Kinship is the correct choice.
What were the new castes emerging within Varnas called? Nicely done. Caste is a solid answer. Mongols were hunter-gatherer tribes inhabited in dash. Smart move. Central Asia is an accurate answer. Who are one of the most famous nomadic tribes in India? Good job. Your answer Banjaras works well here. Who was the noble appointed by the 13-year-old emperor? Right again. Kamal Khan Gakkar is a valid answer. Tribe preserved their culture and heritage through dash. Nice work. You chose oral tradition and it is correct. The name given to the people who are forced into labor. Correct. Pax is the right answer. Which historians and travelers give scanty historians? You got it. Your choice contemporary is right. Which of this tribe practiced shifting cultivation?
Great job. Guns is the accurate answer.
What were the major occupations of the tribal people?
Sharp thinking. Hunter-gathering and agriculture is the right choice.
In 1662, Mughals attacked the Ahom kingdom under Dash. Good thinking. Mer total is the right answer. Raja Man Singh attacked and defeated the Dash in 1591. Nice selection. Kiros is the correct and valid answer.
Dash used Banjaras to move grain to the city markets.
Clear logic. Your choice, Alauddin Khilji, is sound and 100% true. What was the predominant religion in the Ahom state? Smart move. Hinduism is an accurate answer.
Kabul was a major center for trade in elephants.
Smart pick. False is the correct choice. Who used the services of Banjaras as trading nomads? Well picked. Both of these is the correct answer. In which part of India Korgas and Vitas are found? Strong choice. South is the right answer. In the Western Himalaya lived the shepherd tribe of?
You're right. Gadis is the correct answer.
Which state has the largest population of Santals? Perfect. Jharkhand is the correct choice. Tribals were divided into numerous unequal classes. Right choice. False is the best answer. The Ahoms migrated to the Brahmaputra Valley from? Solid response. Myanmar is a valid choice. Who was made a noble by Emperor Akbar? You chose Kamal Kongaksa, and it is correct. Who lived in the Maharashtra, Karnataka? Correct response. Moved is the most accurate answer. Rani Durgawati started ruling on behalf of her son.
On track. A Narain is the correct answer.
What did the Banjaras transport on their animals? Excellent. All of the above is a brilliant choice.
Aman Das Aber of a great Gaha Gara fun.
Valid point. Sangram Shai is true. The Dash. Rules were prescribed by the Brahmanas. Great thinking. Varna is the right choice. The rules of Varna system were prescribed by the... Well done. Brahmanas is the right choice. The Gonds lived in a vast forested region called... Well reasoned. Ganani is the correct choice. How many units of villages were called Charasi? Nicely done. 84 is a solid answer. Smaller caste, or Dash, emerged within the Varnas.
Excellent choice. Jadis is the right answer.
In 1660s, the Ahoms could make high-quality Dash. Exactly. Gunpowder makes sense, and it is right choice. Kamal Kongaka was made a noble by Emperor. Bravo. Akbar is the answer. Koragas, Vitas and Maravas are tribes from the...
Right choice. Southern India is the best answer.
Mundals and Santals tribes lived in which place? On track. Orissa and West Bengal is the correct answer. What were landlords called in the Ahom society? Good job. Your answer, Buyans, works well here. What type of cultivation did the Gonds practice? Correct. Shifting cultivation is the right answer.
The Gonds were found in large number across the...
Right again. All of these is a valid answer.
Ahom society was not divided into clans Kells.
Solid response. False is a valid choice.
Which ruler adopted the title of Sangram Shai?
Nicely done. Safe watershed is a solid answer.
What were the members of each tribe united by?
Correct response. Kingship bonds is the most accurate answer.
The Dash system was prevailing all over India.
Bravo. Warn is the answer.
Chero chiefdoms were defeated in 1591 by Dash.
Smart pick. King Man Singh is the correct choice. The members of each tribe were united by Dash. Well reasoned. Kinship bonds is the correct choice.
Which were the two types of tribal societies?
Perfect. Nomadic and settlers is the correct choice. The Gonds practiced what type of cultivation?
Strong choice. Shifting cultivation is the right answer. Langas and Agans were mostly found in Dash.
You got it? Your choice molten and signed is right.
Many tribes obtained their livelihood by Dash.
You're right. All of the above is the correct answer.
Each Gar was divided into 84 villages called.
Nice selection. Chawarasi is the correct and valid answer.
Baranjis are written first in Dash language. Sharp thinking. Ahom language is the right choice.
Chero chiefdoms lived in the areas near Dash. Exactly. Bihar and Jharkhand makes sense, and it is right choice.
Who were the most important trading tribals?
Valid point. Banjaras is true.
Which tribe was powerful in the northwest?
Smart move.
Balochis is an accurate answer.
Ahom society was divided into clans or Dash.
Great job. Sports is the accurate answer. The large tribes of Bills was spread across. Well picked. Western and Central India is the correct answer.
Historical works in Ahom state was known as. Well done. BU Tech is the right choice. Kamal Khan Gakar was Mad Mansadar by Dash.
Great thinking. Akbar is the right choice.
The caravan of the Banjaras was called Dash.
Excellent. Sign is a brilliant choice.
Name the tribes spread across central India.
Excellent choice. Bills is the right answer.
Amandas the Gond Raja assumed the title of.
Good thinking. Collection Shah is the right answer. Who wrote about Banjaras in their memoirs?
Nice work. You chose Jahangir and it is correct.
Baranjis were the historical works of Dash. You chose Ahoms, and it is correct. The Dash of the Banjaras was called Tanda.
Clear logic. Your choice caravan is sound and 100% true.
Kolis live particularly in many areas of.
Valid point. Gujarat is true.
How many villages did Garha Katanga have?
On track 70,000 is the correct answer.
Who was the chief of the Gakkas tribes?
Well reasoned. Kamal Khan is the correct choice.
The Cheros were defeated in 1591 by whom? You chose B. King Man Singh, and it is correct.
Gons lived in the forested areas of Dash.
Clear logic. Your choice, Odisha, is sound and 100% true.
The Kolis were found in the areas of Dash. Strong choice. Maharashtra is the right answer.
Gonzgaha Katanga was attacked in Dash. You're right, 1565 is the correct answer.
The Charos were defeated by Dash in 1591.
Exactly. King Man Singh makes sense, and it is right choice.
Country and habitat by Gons was called as.
Well done. Gannani is the right choice. Most of the tribes kept written records. Excellent choice. False is the right answer.
The Ahoms are present in the Dash, India.
Right again. Eastern is a valid answer.
Reign of Sib Singh was from Dash to Dash.
Right choice. 1714-74 is the best answer. The main occupation of Gond tribes was?
Correct. Agriculture is the right answer.
Dash was the Chandal Rajput Raja of Dash. Smart pick. Salbahan Mahoba is the correct choice.
In which region did Rani Durgawati rule? Nice selection. Gada Katanga is the correct and valid answer.
Akbarnama mentions which tribal kingdom?
Good thinking. Fabricated is the right answer.
Where did the Mundals and Santals live?
Nicely done. Bengal and Orissa is a solid answer. Mendicants acted as wandering merchants. You got it? Your choice, true, is right.
Tribals obtained their livelihood from.
Great job. All of these is the accurate answer,
Which is not connected with Gond state. Solid response. Kel is a valid choice. Sib Singh was an important ruler of the.
correct response. Ahoms is the most accurate answer.
The Raja Rajeshwara temple was built in.
Sharp thinking. Early 11th century is the right choice.
Who assumed the title of Sangram Shah?
Smart move. Safe Das is an accurate answer.
Mir Jumla attacked the Ahom in Dash. Perfect. 1662 is the correct choice. Which society was very sophisticated?
Bravo. Ahom is the answer.
The Gonds practiced Dash cultivation.
Well picked. Shifting is the correct answer. Mughal invasion to Ahoms were done by. Good job. Your answer mere total works well here.
The important tribe of Bihar is Dash.
Excellent. Clean is a brilliant choice.
Name the powerful tribes from Punjab.
Great thinking. Gakar and Kokka is the right choice.
Which is the largest tribe in India?
Nice work. You chose Bill, and it is correct.
The specialized artisans were Dash.
You chose smiths, carpenters, masons, and it is correct.
Mundus and Santhals live in the areas.
Clear logic. Your choice, Bengal and Ori, is sound and 100% true.
How many tribes are there in India?
Nice work. You chose 645 and it is correct.
The work of the Banjaras is to dash.
Good job. Your answer carry goods works well here.
Banjara caravans were called tanda.
Well done. True is the right choice.
The Mundus and Santals were lived in.
Nice selection. Orion Bengal is the correct and valid answer.
Chandra Shah, cousin of Bernarain.
Solid response. False is a valid choice.
Which is not true for the tribals. Bravo, developed society is the answer. One among the Varna system are the
Sharp thinking. Brahmanas is the right choice.
the fabricated deeds dash villages.
Right choice. 7,000 is the best answer.
The Ahom tribes migrated from Dash.
Strong choice. Myanmar is the right answer.
The Ahom state depended upon Dash. You got it? Your choice forced labor is right.
Banjaras called their caravans as.
Correct. Sign is the right answer. Who were known as the Rathakaras?
Right again. Chariot makers is a valid answer.
The Ahms annexed the kingdoms of. Good thinking. Option 1 and 2 is the right answer. Who prescribed the Varna rules? On track. Brahmins is the correct answer.
Who is the husband of Durgawati?
Valid point. Dalpat is true. The Ahom state depended on what? You're right. None of these is the correct answer. The best tribes in world history. Nicely done. Mongols is a solid answer.
What is the meaning of Gondwana?
Great thinking. Country inhabited by Gonds is the right choice. Where did the Ahoms migrate to?
Excellent. Brahmaputra Valley is a brilliant choice.
The Banjaras caravan was called? Perfect. Sign is the correct choice.
Varna was prescribed by Dash.
Smart move. Brahmins is an accurate answer. The Ahoms were defeated by the smart pick. Mughals is the correct choice, which is not properly matched. Exactly. Gone Northwest India makes sense and it is right choice. In Ghan states Chaurasi means. Well reasoned. Unit of 84 villages is the correct choice. Who defeated Charos in 1591? Great job. King Man Singh is the accurate answer. Who was the son of a Mandas? Correct response. Dalpat is the most accurate answer. Cheros were defeated by Dash. Well picked. King Man Singh is the correct answer. Who was the son of Dalapat? Excellent choice. A Narain is the right answer. Mir Jumla attacked Ahoms in.
Sharp thinking. 1662 is the right choice.
Which is not true with Ahom.
Correct. Defeated by Asaf Khan is the right answer.
Who defeated Ahoms in 1662? You got it. Your choice, Mughals, is right. Tribe may be an example of. Great job. Community is the accurate answer. The Bell tribes dominated. Clear logic. Your choice, Western and Central India, is sound and 100% true. Name of the Gond Kingdom. Smart pick. Fabricated is the correct choice.
Where was Surat located?
Good thinking. Gujarat is the right answer. What does Chaurasi mean? Correct response. 84 is the most accurate answer.
Khokar tribes lived in.
Perfect. Peasants is the correct choice. What does Barkats mean?
Bravo, 12 is the answer.
Name of Akbar's general. Nice selection. King Man Singh is the correct and valid answer.
Ghan state was called. Solid response. Garkatanga is a valid choice. The history of Akbar.
Well reasoned. Akbar name is the correct choice.
Chief of Gakkars was.
On track. Kamal Khan is the correct answer.
Son of Sangram Shah.
You chose Dalpat, and it is correct.
Who was Burnarain? Exactly. Son of Queen Durgavati makes sense, and it is right choice. Who was Sip Singh?
Well done. Ahom King is the right choice.
Who was Durgavati?
Right choice. Gond Queen is the best answer.
What is Branges? Nicely done. Ahom history is a solid answer. Tribes of Assam.
Right again. Ahoms is a valid answer.
Who were Piks?
Excellent choice. Forced labor is the right answer.
Buyans means?
Excellent. Landlords is a brilliant choice.
What is Kel?
Well picked. Ahom clan is the correct answer.
Chaurasi equal to?
Great thinking. 84 villages is the right choice.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Smart move. Contact Narayan Chengda on Facebook is an accurate answer.